Attention, all frustrated and struggling acupuncturists and Chinese medical professionals. If high income and making a great living practicing acupuncture and holistic Chinese medicine is important to you, then you need to pay attention to what I have to share with you in this video. If you are trying to grow a successful acupuncture and Chinese medical practice and are starting to realize that there are a few key pieces missing to the puzzle of your career success, then I have essential information for you that can save you years of struggle and low-income frustration and failure that you must know about before you become just another practitioner lost in the depressing statistics of failure of those who couldn't cut it in real-life practice. You see, no matter how good you are in clinic, there's one crucial factor you were not told about in school. This essential missing piece to the puzzle of career success can either sink your career or propel you to top earner status. No, it's not another secret classical technique or protocol, and no, it's not some magic lost pre-modern formula that cures cancer, impotence, aging, and PMS all in one dose. The crucial factor I am talking about is your ability to present about what you do to 21st century mainstream patients in a way that gets you paid. Most people go into acupuncture and Chinese medicine to help others or because they're fascinated by holism or Asian culture or any number of other non-business reasons. That's all fine. I had and still have some of the same interests and motivations. What almost no one in the TCM world really gets, except the top 4% earners, is just how important it is to get really good, really polished, and really professional at presenting to patients for serious profit. This is actually the crux of your success in 21st century practice and has far more influence on your career success than anything you do in clinic. Think about it for a moment and you'll see that this is true. Most people think that, oh, if I just do what I love, the money will follow. What? No one anywhere on earth in any marketplace in the world woke up this morning with a strong desire to pay you even $1 for doing what you want. Hasn't happened, isn't gonna happen. People will only pay you if you can help them with something they want, something they need and think is valuable to them. I hope I'm not being the professor of harsh reality here, because unless you grasp this one single point, you really don't stand a chance. Now, the truth is that acupuncture and holistic medicine are indeed enormously valuable to tens of millions of patients who have never experienced what it is and what you can do for them, and who have exactly no idea what you do, why your skill is so valuable, how acupuncture works, and why holism is such a smart and empowering approach for the treatment and management of chronic functional conditions. These are the same conditions that millions of people are now suffering from and that has so many people dissatisfied and downright upset with conventional medical approaches that haven't helped them in finding satisfactory results. And they are the same conditions you are trained to treat and manage best. So there is no doubt that your skills are valuable. But what difference does that make if the people who will pay you are totally in the dark about your valuable skills and essential service? That's why learning about presenting to patients for serious profit is about the best thing you can learn right now if you really want to explode your income and blow the doors off your career isolation, frustration, and struggle. The exact psychological hot buttons that make 21st century patients afraid not to hire you and come see you over and over again. The simple but profoundly effective secret formula for presenting and communicating one-on-one with your prospective clients that makes people instantly respect you as an expert authority unlike any they have ever heard or encountered before, how to overcome the most common objections from 21st century patients that are costing you thousands of dollars in revenue each month, the tiny secret I have used in teaching 21st century patients about what we do that instantly sets you apart from all the other new age idiots they have encountered and is guaranteed to fascinate your prospective clients with your skill and authority status on your given topic or specialty. How to position yourself as a top authority expert in your area and on your topic or specialty so you get to charge top dollar for your time and skill instead of settling for crumbs like all the other broke and struggling practitioners. How to set up your close from the very first contact so you create an air of urgency and scarcity that has 21st century patients begging you to be on your wait list. No other skill can do even half as much for your career success, personal satisfaction, financial freedom, and bottom line as getting great at presenting to patients for serious profit. Nothing. Come learn what the 1%ers in the TCM world have learned that all the other struggling and frustrated practitioners have yet to discover. Oh, and if you are one of the naive and experienced newbies who thinks, well, why should I bother to learn about presenting to patients for serious profit? If I just get better in clinic, then the word will spread and I won't have to bother with all this marketing stuff. Stop right there. That's the number one biggest misapprehension that can ruin your chance at a successful and financially rewarding career. Getting better at the things you do and taking more CEUs for clinical success secrets will never result in financial success. Of course you need to be competent in clinic. This is medicine and it is serious business. But naive thinking like that is the one thing nearly all broke, frustrated, and struggling practitioners have in common. And if you think it's too much work to learn about presenting to patients for serious profit, I can assure you it's nowhere near the time, effort, and drudgery of slaving away year after year at your clinical job with no hope or prospect of breakthrough financial success, especially when you consider that I have done all the hard work for you. So don't be naive and don't be lazy. This is the essential practice building and revenue generating skill that all acupuncture and Chinese medical professionals have been waiting for, and that no one got in school, brought to you by someone who has done it and achieved a level of success and security, and who remembers well what it was like before I knew how to get paid for what we do in clinic. And don't wait, because every day that goes by without you getting great at presenting to patients for serious profit is a day of lost revenue you cannot get back. The sooner you get started learning this essential skill, the more valuable you will become and the faster you will achieve your financial goals. My simple, fast, and easy system makes so much sense to the situation almost all practitioners are in that you will be kicking yourself that you didn't learn about it sooner. Plus, the bonuses and discounts are only good during this special introductory offer. Click below to get started learning about presenting to patients for serious profit, and I will see you on the other side of your struggle and frustration, the side with serious profits, where you belong. Just check out all you get with my presenting to patients for serious profit. On authority status. Learn how to get authority status. The crazy thing is, this is completely formulaic. What big shift do you need to embrace in your thinking about the business of your practice? What specifically is your value to mainstream medicine and for 21st century patients? What are the two most common myths about effective marketing? What are the two biggest fears your prospects have, and how can you quickly overcome these? How do you gain massive and instant credibility when speaking to prospective patients? How can you find and leverage your unique personality strengths, turning these to your advantage in business? First contact strategies and tactics. How do you disqualify prospects who waste your time and won't get with your program quickly? What are the key questions you need to ask in order to discover how difficult or easy it will be to work with a prospective patient? How can you qualify or disqualify before someone wastes your time? How can you minimize the time it takes to discover whales, i.e. patients who will pay you a ton of money to get treatment and follow every suggestion you make? On the importance of your seminars. What is the number one fundamental starting point for any seminar, and how can you be sure you won't bomb when presenting to patients? What is the proper attitude for doing a successful seminar, and what do you need to expect from people around you? Hint, if certain groups of people criticize you, you know you're on the right track. Where is the best place to study this kind of seminar speaking, and where can you find endless ideas and inspiration on how to speak effectively? Hint, it's not inside our profession. What are the 13 emotional hot buttons that guarantee you will motivate action? What is the one thing you need to do quickly if you don't want to lose your audience? How should you handle common objections and be sure you crush all resistance to your offer? What do you need to understand about closing the sale, and how should you set up your close? Note, get this wrong and you will end up broke, working for nothing. On intake and interview questions, sales psychology style. How do you ask intake questions in the right way to motivate your prospects to become patients? How and why should you use their own language back to them when you propose your solution? Why is it important to manipulate your prospect's imagination, and how can you do this while appearing to be a model of medical professionalism? How should you handle your prospects' objections, and when is it best for you to acknowledge their likely skepticism? What are by far the top 3 most common objections for first-time prospects? On seminar sales psychology, I have identified 16 important points for your seminar sales psychology. Do you know how to infuse your educational seminar about what you do with real sales psychology and yet never break character from your role as a medical professional? Can you sell without selling? What key features and leverage points are common with nearly all 21st century patients? When is the exact best moment to simply and briefly sell as hard as you possibly can? Hint, this is the exact moment in your seminar when your audience will actually be grateful to you for selling hard. Plus, I have a special bonus section, Sales Mastery in Acupuncture. What are the 10 fundamental concepts you need to study and understand in order to achieve sales mastery in acupuncture? What is the oldest and most reliable sales formula, and how do you adopt and apply this formula in creating your pitch? What is the unique difference in what we offer that makes acupuncture irresistible to 21st century patients and prospects, and how can you use this to arouse curiosity and motivate action? How can you use specific questions to direct and lead your prospects' thinking to the obvious conclusion that they need your services now? Why is pricing strategy a key pillar to your sales success, and how do you price your service in order to make closing a breeze? Hint, if you don't have the right pricing strategy, you are losing out on tons of revenue. How to use scarcity and urgency in any situation, and why you should politely demand a decision with each prospect you speak to, and how to do it in a language that encourages and motivates action. On proven strategies to achieve authority status. Most people have no clue about why they even need authority, let alone how to get it. Don't be one of them. How to stimulate curiosity in your prospects so they cannot resist trying your service now. Do you know the top 3 to 7 objections, and have you crafted your response in order to overcome these hurdles? Hint, there is only one technique that works, and only the most successful professionals know it and use it, and I will teach it to you. Why do you need to get your audience to agree with you before you go for the close? How can you use my agreements close to get more patients in? How and why you should always be closing and selling something. Do you know how to create endless next steps to add value all along the way? What are the 10 essential elements of any presentation? What is the one question your presentation must not fail to address? On developing your sales system. There is one single essential skill and technique to consistently winning the sales encounter. And if you don't know about elevating, I guarantee you are working harder for less money than you should. How and why only you can create your sales system, since it has to fit your professional persona. The truth here is that you can copy elements of other successful sales presenters. If you have studied and understood the sales psychology, you can apply the same to your situation. So how can you do this quickly and start selling your service better today? What is the most reliable and profitable tactic for getting cross promotions for your service? Lots of acupuncturists work in clinics with other medical professionals. You need to teach your colleagues how to promote you, or else you will be missing out on tons of revenue. Why wouldn't you learn what already works quickly? If saving yourself years of struggle and making serious income matters to you, then click below now and start learning about presenting to patients for serious profit. Don't forget, just like with all my other work, you get a 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. If you don't agree presenting to patients for serious profit is worth what you paid, I don't want your money. Simply say so within 30 days of receipt of your materials, and I will refund your purchase price. And a quick disclaimer, my results are not even typical on this stuff. What you do and how hard you are willing to work, to say nothing of talent, all of these factors matter in the equation of your success. Most people will do nothing, but if you will do something, this work is guaranteed to shorten your curve. That's my promise to you, or your money back. Click below to get started learning about presenting to patients for serious profit, and I will see you on the other side of your struggle and frustration, the side with serious profits, where you belong.